All right. Go ahead and subscribe and like. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into this today. So, I've been at work all day, but my phone has been blown up with notifications about the update when it comes to Tory Lanez case. Now, it appears that the evidence has finally dropped. It's been longer than 36 hours later. However, it's a full website that the legal team has put out for Tory Lanez and the Republican representative. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to be as impartial as possible, and I'm going to play the jailhouse call between Tory Lanez and Kelsey Harris that had people initially thinking that Tory was guilty of what he has did. Listening to the phone call myself with an objective ear, I didn't hear him admit guilt. To me, that could have been just a situation. He was just sorry for pretty much playing two friends together. In addition to, if you really think about it for a second, if Kelsey was Megan's best friend and Tory truly did uh, harm her in the leg or in the foot, like everybody's alleging right now, then she wouldn't have been as calm and collective and wanted to help him out, make sure he get bailed out of jail. None of that made sense to me. Even back then when I first heard about that, but it goes in the face of accountability, and sometimes you just can't make people be accountable, and the world won't make you accountable. So why even try? Anyways, also, I just want to get that out there right quick. A lot of men end up protecting women to our own detriment, and Tory, he was not smart in this situation. If he was dating Kelsey first and then chose to mess around with Meg for whatever reason, and he wanted to go ahead and cover up for her, he should have known that she would not be an honorable or good person in any situation. But they say hindsight is 2020. He felt like he had a strong enough case. A lot of evidence was shown, and this website goes over all the evidence that was shown. But like I said, before we get into the website and play the video clips and go over the things that's on there, I want to go ahead and play the jailhouse phone call between Tory and Kelsey first that had everybody thinking Tory was really guilty.
Regardless, I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh, I was just so drunk, I didn't even know what the was going on, bro. I didn't even know what the was going on, bro, like that. I never did something like that, bro. Just that I was so drunk, I just didn't even understand what the was going on, bro, like, so whatever, bro, but, regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. I never even moved like that, bro. Like, never moved like that at all, bro. Like, for real, dog.
And just a pause for a brief second. Again, no admission of guilt of what he is alleged of.
I know. There's a lot that happened, but
a whole lot, bro. Like, a whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro, but in this day, like, what happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
you're listening to Street TV.
I think it was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I got to the house, Shorty, like, off top, he gave me like 5 shots, like, off the door, like, you feel me? So I was out of there, like, wasn't even there with, like, you feel me? We was taking shots past that time. I wasn't even there with. Like, bro, I don't even remember what we was even arguing about, bro. Like,
yeah, no, I didn't even, I was already fucked up by the time you got there, so I don't know how much.
It's like, but tell me what,
Again, does this sound like a conversation between two people who had to fight for their lives or be in fear or anything along those lines? It just sounds like two people that had a disagreement, and he's just apologizing for him essentially being a jerk.
What hospital is she in?
You're listening to Street TV.
I just told you. Cedar Medical.
Alright, you ain't got Quan's number, right? You ain't got my security number.
Quan, I do have his number.
Can you call Quan's, bro? You get a chance, bro. Just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again, bro. Like,
I think honestly, I think we're gonna try to, because obviously, like, the longer you're in this, the more hot it's gonna get. Because it's already on. Like, there's no names released yet, but the report is already out.
But like, out is what? What you mean out?
It's on some app. Megan's team is on top of this. So,
yeah, but like, you can't don't. There's no way that Megan's on like the thing.
What'd you say?
There's no way that Megan's like on the
You're
thing.
listening to Street TV.
No. So far, none of that is there. But I mean,
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those. If anything, the only that's gonna get this backlash is me. It's not gonna be her. But no, I see you. Alright, it is what it is. Regardless if I get out of here today or not, bro, I just wanna let y'all know, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I never did that. I wasn't that drunk, bro. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
You have 1 minute remaining for this call.
I'll get out of here, you guys.
You're listening to Street TV.
I can't hear you.
Yeah,
And again, I'm not hearing anything him talking about the incident that happened, the shooting. I'm not hearing anything about him feeling guilty or bad for what happened between him and Meg and all this other kind of stuff. It just seems like, to me, I'm hearing like, oh man, I was messed up. That's why I did it. I'm sorry. And that could have been, it was very vague. It's nothing in particular to what happened to the incident that night that got him arrested. So, okay. To me, again, if your best friend was shot by your ex-boyfriend, I would think you would be a lot more upset and not so willing to help him get bailed out of jail. That's just my personal opinion of it. Now, let's go ahead and go to this website. Let's see. Now, this pardon is brand new. I will admit that pardon is brand new. Let's see. The truth uncovered, suppressed evidence proves Tory Lanez is innocent. Let's see. Truth becomes clear when the facts come to light. Key inconsistencies, unreliable testimony, and missing evidence prove Daystar Peterson, FKA Tory Lanez, was convicted based on a flawed and incomplete narrative. And saying they have a fact check list here. Megan told police the doctor she stepped on glass and not shot. Video officer confirmed Megan stepped in glass and not hit by gunfire. Now, I remember after the case was over with, they showed Megan with her hands up, walking backwards, and it looked like she stepped on something because she almost bent and fell over. I remember that clear. Didn't that video kind of disappear from all over the place? It's kind of funny how that works, and I can understand why Tory's dad was saying Rock Nation had a lot to do with this kind of stuff. Let's see. Sean Kelly testified 2 women fought in the street. One fired first. Tory was still in the car. Kelsey tested positive for gunshot residue. Her DNA was never tested against the gun. Kelsey received free rent for a year after the shooting. Who paid and why? See, I didn't know that part. I did not know she had free rent for a year. I mean, that's really not that much in the grand scheme of things. But if she was the one that really did shoot the gun and cause all this commotion because, women getting emotional and they had access to a firearm that should have never been there, then, her not getting any jail time conviction and getting free rent is actually a really good deal now that I've talked myself into that. EG said an object in the girl's luggage looked like a gun. Megan claims she spoke out in response to Tory, but the timeline proves she went public first. Tory's DNA was not found on the magazine, only 0.01 on the gun. Statistically irrelevant. 90% of DNA in the gun belongs to an unknown male, not Tory. Tory's jail call apology was about drama of sleeping with 2 friends, not a shooting. Tory was repeatedly said, "I would never do anything like this." No bullet fragment on the X-ray, no nerve damage, fractures, or joint trauma to Megan's medical records. Now, here's the thing. I think people believe that when it comes to you getting shot, you kind of just think it's kind of like the movies. Now, I personally has never been shot, but I have been sliced by a knife before. And initially, it doesn't hurt, right? But after you see the white meat and your blood comes out, because it's not automatically, it comes out right away, I guess, unless it's an artery, it hurts. Now, have I seen people get shot? Yes. Have I seen them keep moving? But eventually they're going to slow down and then it's like crash out. A gunshot costs a lot more damage than what people really realize, even with a small gun. So that's why it's kind of interesting. You saw her out at the club the next day uh, with an ace bandage on, or you saw her twerking on Instagram after the incident happened. It just didn't add up to her actions because I was like, the way she was moving doesn't move like a person who actually got shot. Maybe grazed, but not actual shot though. Anyways, where was I? Oh, prosecutors misused Tory's rap lyrics, tattoos, and uncharged allegations to sway the jury. Kelsey's story changed multiple times. She admitted to lying under pressure. Megan's own timeline and injuries don't match the story of the shooting. Okay. And they have a table of contents here. I will say they had plenty of time to do this website. And I kind of wish on a table of contents here, if you're just listening to it, you can just click on each thing. You can't, unfortunately. Let's see what the table of contents says so far. It's kind of long, but not too long. Let's see. Stepping into the truth, glass or gunshot. What did Meg say happened in the hospital? Timeline contradicts Megan's claims. Megan and Kelsey had a physical altercation. Sean Kelly's testimony. Sean Kelly's statement to investigators. Sworn eyewitness testimony. EJ's testimony suggests gun was in girl's bags. Harris' testimony inconsistent and unreliable. Let's see. Kelsey confirms she was not bribed. DNA proves Tory Lanez is innocent. Back to the Kelsey confirms she was not bribed. She could have been threatened and just got a little reward just to appease her. You don't got to pay for your rent for a year and we'll make sure you don't go to jail or do any time. Text messages evidence appears edited. Audio undermines the dance B claim. Medical facts don't match the narrative. Forensic red flags, medical doubt. The fragment went missing. That I found very suspicious. How do evidences go missing like that? And he still go to prison. Megan's faulty claims and medical records. Movements that show Tory cared. Misinterpreted apology. What Tory really meant. Prosecutorial misconduct and concerns. Her own words.
I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that.
Okay. Now they got a lot of video clips here. I wasn't shot. Let's play that first.
What's that? Do you think we're going to go to jail? I don't know. We're trying to...
Now, she looks very calm for a person who just got shot, right?
figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I really cannot go to jail. Okay.
I cannot have that on my image.
Okay. So how did that happen to you?
Glass.
Glass? Where?
Where we were coming from. But I'm not from here, so I...
Okay.
That's the only place you got shot at? That's the only place you got shot?
I didn't get shot.
Oh, you did it?
No, ma'am. I mean, no, sir.
Again, not moving like a person who got shot at all. Now, one thing I didn't mention in the beginning of the video that I think I should have, that when it comes to Megan in general, if you notice, her whole entire persona, how people viewed her, has changed completely. Think about it for a minute. Before she got shot, before this incident with Tory Lanez happened, Megan Thee Stallion was known as a 304 of the music industry, that she had essentially been passed around and used around by everybody, if not directly sleeping with them, then having oral relations with them. That's just what she did. That's what she was known for. There was Breakfast Club interviews, rappers and ex-boyfriends coming out, her infidelities. That was the main focus of Megan at the time. That and her bad contract deal that she was in, that she was trying to get out of. And Rock Nation was helping her supposedly. I don't know. fast forward after that, what ended up happening? She ended up being a victim. A lot of women started rallying behind her. Before that happened, though, a lot of women didn't like Megan. But after that, women started supporting her. They was telling her she was strong and all this other kind of stuff. She had the media, the mainstream media, on her side. It really helped clean up her image and catapult her to a new level of success that she probably wouldn't have garnered without this incident happening. This is why I think she has more to lose right now, and she's been kind of crashing out and going on live and making videos, pretty much shaming people for questioning what happened, even there's a lot of evidence that is out there right now. In addition to, you know what, I'll say that last off for later. I'm going to play some more of these video clips.
Any evidence of any shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened, so that's all we have so far.
So nothing happened in this vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told.
Okay. And then there's some cash over. Looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then, do we know how she got cut?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself.
Okay.
Getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So.
See?
It's right down the floor.
Yeah.
Rear passenger, step out of the vehicle. Let me see your hands. Show us your hands. Come out with your hands up. Okay? Come out, people passenger, with your hands up. Hands up. Alright, move back to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands up. Move back to the sound of my voice. Move back.
See, there was another video that had a clearer view. I think that's it down here that says she cut herself. Let's go there right quick.
Move back to the sound of my voice.
Move back.
Back.
Oh,
Keep
she
going.
cut herself.
Keep going.
She cut herself when she stepped out.
Let's play that again. That was kind of fast.
She cut herself when she stepped out. She cut herself when she stepped out.
Okay. In her own words, the police are being so rude.
I get to the motherfucking hospital, the police bitch being so rude to me. Well, what's going on? Like, da-da-da-da, you're being detained, da-da-da. Ma'am, I'm being detained, I'm leaking. But I'm still not saying what happened. Shit crazy. I get to the
And I remember when people were saying that at the time when this happened, she was a real one for this. She protected the black man because, black men don't protect black women, et cetera, et cetera. Even though Tory's right now in prison trying to protect the black woman from her own self and almost lost his life because of it too. But I think this is the interaction police officer. Let's see how that goes.
And so what happened with you were just one ball stepping on the left. I don't really cut on my right foot. I just stepped on gas the other day. So you were already hurt when you got into the room. And then at that point, your friends were running down from the hospital.
Oh, that altercation didn't seem that bad. Now, that was just a clip of it, that it wasn't showing the whole entire thing. Now, this could have been just as easily one of those situations to where they just literally clipped the best part of it. But so far, that didn't seem so bad.
So, since y'all hoes so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet. So,
That is a good question. Why lie? It's a timeline. I'm not gonna read all that, mainly because I just don't feel like it. Let's see. Megan posts about being shot. Megan names Daystar to police. Daystar is Tory Lanez's legal name, if you didn't know. Megan goes live on Daystar's birthday. Megan publicly named Daystar as a shooter. I don't remember this. Megan did a highly emotional IG live about Tory Lanez's situation. I don't remember that. Maybe I should look that video up later. They say Daystar tweets the first time. To my fans, I'm so sorry for my signs, but respectfully, I got time today, 9 p.m. PST. Daystar spoke on IG Live responding to Meg. Okay, so that starts on July 15th. And he didn't say anything until the end of September with the first tweet, and then made an IG Live on October 20th, apparently. In her own words, I never put my hands on anybody.
I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
It shouldn't have escalated to
right.
the way that it did.
I don't know what it is. I just don't like Gayle King. Maybe it's her face, but she just seems like one of the fakest people on this earth.
So I get out the car and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man.
You hear? I don't like the fake crying. You know when you hear like people that'll cry, they make the blubbering, sounding noises that they're going to cry. We don't actually do cry.
Screaming is, he said, dance. And he started shooting, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Eyewitness and physical evidence indicate a physical fight between Megan Pete and Kelsey Harris. Kelsey had open wounds and cuts on her legs that were actively bleeding. No injuries were reported on Tory Lanez. Said fight between two women. Okay, so if that's Kelsey, her legs are all scratched up, and I guess that's Megan. Megan's skin looks a lot more light-skinned, surprisingly. Right there on the foot. Interesting. And Tory, he just looks clean. Megan songs from Shot Fired, Who Stitch, I Ain't Never Went to the Police, with no names. I Thought a B Got Her Chain Snatched, Caught a Lost, Had Nothing to Say. Okay. In other words, there is a witness, and his name is Sean Kelly.
The people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police.
Okay, let's see here. What's this? Is this a Sean Kelly one?
But no, it didn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
Well, the windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't
No,
really
they
see
were
it.
on my side. The girl opened the door. It was two girls fighting, and then they shot.
Okay.
She got out of the car and crawled over.
So that wasn't the original audio I heard. The original audio I heard was over a minute long. And the guy sounded kind of British to me, if I'm really honest with you. British, maybe Australian. I have trouble telling the difference between the two. But he went into more detail, and then his report got interrupted by some woman trying to get into the building, I think. I don't know. Let's see. Here's some more audio here.
The doors of the Escalade open, and the girl come out.
Okay, so here it is. Here's the actual audio of Sean Kelly given to the police originally.
And pull open the passenger door and started screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger. So the girl comes out of the rear passenger and she goes to the front passenger?
Yes.
And she opens up the car door?
Yes.
And then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other, and they start fighting.
The two girls?
Yeah, I can see one like feet coming out trying to kick her, and the other one's fighting, and then the passenger gets out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger?
Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't want
and it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously. That's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming. She starts hitting the girl. The girl then had to sight her feet come out. She starts to kick the girl away. Passenger. They get out. They start fighting here. They start fighting. The driver comes round and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent. And between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car? Okay.
So according to the witness, Tory was not even involved in the whole thing.
Then the gun. Then the girl shoots into the so the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you? I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark, and I'm above, so... But then the guy gets out again from the back.
Yeah. Eyewitness sworn testimony. It's kind of interesting that how whenever he gets to the court date, the prosecution talks to him alone and he changes his statement. He is standing up over the window shooting. What?
In the car, shooting from the car, Megan?
He is standing up over the window, shooting.
Oh, she's saying that about Tory. Okay. And that didn't match anything at all that the witness said.
Why would I lie? You want me to be a bad person so bad, and y'all motherfuckers want to believe the lie before you believe the truth?
No, we decided to sermon. Now, this is very interesting here. The defense showed a text message. Let's see, Alex with Private Gym. I guess that's the address. Oh, yo, Woodrow Wilson, hella close. Just don't tell Alex we 10 minutes away from him. LOL-ish. Security 101. Going with Ferris to pick up another car. We'll be right back. Help, Tory shot me, 911. Okay. That is the defense copy, apparently. But then, the original, Alice Private Gym, same thing, but then when you get down to the going with Ferris to pick up another car, we'll be right back. It says, help, Tory shot Meg and handled me, 911. Altered text by Megan's team, so they added an extra line there. I don't know why they did that. It just makes a lot of questions to the evidence. Let's just say that at the very least.
And all I hear is this man screaming. He said, dance.
And then here we go. And he also testified that they did not hear the dance beat part, right? Megan and the doctors and the credentials. Fragments missing. Now, do I believe that police officers can be corrupt? Absolutely. Do I think they could be bought by a multi-billion-dollar company, absolutely. Especially when they may have political connections, not directly with Jay-Z and Beyonce, but who they report to, absolutely. It's all an investment. There's a need for control there, and a narrative that needs to be put out there. That's pretty much it for the website. All the video clips, anyway. You guys tell me what you think. How do you feel about this whole entire situation with Tory? I was going to go to Megan's Instagram, but she rarely posts with enough clothes for me to feel comfortable enough to go on there on live. However, I will say that when I did go on there before I started the video, there was no new statements. She did post a new picture, and the new picture was like her in like a Baywatch type swimsuit and talking about dropping a new album, which is interesting. When I looked at the comments of that and the pictures before, people are talking about the case and the evidence and things of that nature too. She still has her supporters. And here's the thing about this. I never like to turn girls or men not protecting women, because here's why. Whenever you're quote unquote girls, and you're following a woman that has questionable statements that are not just outright lies, and you support her, what will happen when your son dates that type of woman? That's all I'm saying. It's okay to hold somebody accountable. It's okay to support a real victim. I just don't think Megan is that real victim right now. Anyways, I don't normally. I'm not a fan of Tory Lanez like that. I'm not a fan of Megan Thee Stallion like that, to be honest with you. I can barely name either one of their songs, but this situation is tragic because all too often, black men in particular get put into the incarceration system for slave labor. And it sucks that it seems like one of our own women is pushing that narrative that's helping that along. And people are blindly supporting her having another black man in prison who almost lost his life recently on top of that too. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you did watch, like,